Pirates. This is Dirty Harry here, previewing the VXP Weekend Target 101, which is going to be the Cold War Raid Series Tier 7 preview target. So we're assuming that the new target will be based on that. So the fleet I used was the Empyrean MX Prime with 2 combat mortar OU-10s, obviously a Gale 3, a CM1, C1X, 2 D2Ts, trajectory plotter, narrowed firing aperture, resonance capacitor, and high velocity rounds. Also, of course, speed system 5. The Empyrean has basically the same outfit except for only one OU-10 and an extra D100Z. Other than that, the specials are basically the same. On the Zelos, I have a D5M, 4 Gale 3s, 4 Phalanx 4s, a single D2X, 3 D1Xs, a D52R missile, 2 D30R impact cannons, a Trident missile, a Garwood Gatling gun, thrusters, AA3, hydraulic resistors, agility system, and so let's get into taking a look at the target, shall we? As we enter, just like in the raid series, it's very easy to line up your fleet, get yourself set up, and of course you see in front of you all of the shipyards. As you kill the first few shipyards, you will notice in the bottom right hand corner there, you can see the ships start to come onto the screen. And of course, we use the tank as a blocker, and they come on from 2 different directions, so you have to kind of be careful there. You also have what's really interesting, which is the Mort hull stays off the screen. So you have 2 options. Number 1, you can run over there and track it down, or you can basically drive away from it to bring it onto the screen, and you'll see that here in a second. Right now I'm still killing off the missile ships, and I'll take out an extra shipyard or 2 here, and now I'm getting ready to go get the new ships that are coming on from killing that shipyard. And now there's the Mort tanks, or the mortar hulls. And now I drive up to kill another shipyard. Once again, if you keep an eye on the locator in the bottom right hand corner, after I kill the last shipyard, those ships start to move and they start to come on. So I have to get the backline boats out of the way and keep the Zelos in front. But as you'll notice, because I haven't gotten far enough away, it's very, very difficult to get in range of that Mort ship. So I'm basically, as I'm learning the target here, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get over far enough to get into range. So instead what I do is I start driving away from it so that it will chase me, basically so that it'll chase me out and come out closer to being on the screen. You actually have to get pretty far away to get it even to where you can be in range. And I'm trying to drive everything around here, get the Morts, the backline Empyreans in range, and then drive everything forward. And you can't really see it here very well, but I've really got to get right on the edge of the screen, and you can see the little green indicator light up that shows that the Empyreans are starting to fire. So I'm all the way off to the side. The only way to avoid that would be to drive away from the ship, have it follow you for a while until it comes onto the screen. Now we're going to start hitting the turrets. Obviously, want to be careful of the arc missiles. Very similar to what we've seen in the other targets in the raid. And just taking those out a little bit at a time, keeping the Zelos in front so that the Deadeyes don't target the backline ships, being careful of the mines, of course. Keeping the backline ships moving and keeping the tank moving. Nice thing is there's enough splash, even with a reduced spread special that I'm using, to take out the rocket turrets in the back. Then we have a platform here to the side which has 3 Deadeyes on it. Now it's time to start being a little more careful with our driving. I'll zoom in here in just a minute so you can see it, get a better look at how I was able to navigate the mines. Once again, we have another arc missile. Killing that off with good distance between the Zelos and the Empyreans. Now it's time for some heavy driving. Trying to navigate through this tight little channel of mines. And taking out those, while at the same time being careful to take out the turrets and not get in range of anything heavy. But once again, move the Zelos out front, and I'm using a Logitech G30, which is basically just a game controller that allows you to assign groups of keys, basically macros or key bindings, so that I can control all my rear line ships with one button push. And here I just continue taking out the turrets a little bit at a time and the various buildings, moving up the Empyreans behind me, just scooting forward just a little bit at a time, trying to be very careful not to hit any mines. And of course taking out torp towers and other buildings that happen to come into play, like the retrofit labs there. Now there is an arc missile over there, which is why I moved those ships up, or moved the Zelos tank up. As you'll notice, 6 minutes of damage, but I actually timed out. Obviously this video is very sped up for your convenience. But I actually used an entire clock, which is 15 minutes, I believe it is. So everything is dead at this point, so I've got plenty of time. Excuse me, everything up close is dead. So I've got some driving to do to get back around to where I was at. So I'm going to take my time, navigate our way around those mines, make sure I don't hit any. Just picking a nice clear path where I can get lined up and basically drive a straight line through wherever possible. Obviously the Zelos turns much faster than the Empyrean, so what I'm doing here is a little bit dangerous because you have ships with different turn speeds. So now we're back where I was at before. Move the Zelos way out front. Take out the turrets. And the buildings in this corner. Once again, that arc missile is sitting over there. Now my Zelos can move, but the Empyreans were already within remote targeting range. So I just waited and moved that, and moved only the Zelos. Now I actually walked into rocket range there just simply because I wasn't paying attention. To be very simplistic about it, very, very meticulous driving necessary, and the best way I found to get the Zelos lined up, or excuse me, the Empyreans lined up with their slower turn speed, is to go ahead and, you know, basically do a 360 wherever necessary to help get them lined up. So that's what that little twist move was there. I'm moving the Empyreans out of the way, getting the Zelos up there just in range, and taking out another set of turrets. There's other turrets there, and these things are all the way to the very, very edge of the screen. So it's a very, very big map with targets all the way across the map. And that's the mine. I tripped up a mine there, just once again, it just requires absolutely meticulous and perfect driving to make it happen. So killing off those buildings, and these are interesting turrets here because they really have nothing on them. They appear to be just empty turrets. Or at least I didn't run into one to find out if they were just empty turrets. So now we're on the last platform, which just has these 4 Deadeye executioners. Now you don't want to, I mean, the different patterns can be used, of course, but I found that to be the easiest pattern to go through. See, now I have to get my Empyreans in range of the last target, which is the Torp Tower, and of course I trip up on a mine. So after that run, which is just one of my earlier runs on trying to kill the whole thing, about 21 minutes of damage. So there you go, pirates. Hopefully it doesn't change too much before the end of the raid, and best of luck.